Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Dome at the campus of Bishop Guertin High School. I'm Tom King, along with Jason Roby, and we have a treat today, a rarity. State champion from Massachusetts, playing defending state champion from New Hampshire in girls basketball. It's Bishop Guertin girls against the Braintree High School girls. Jason, don't see this too often.
No, it's a rarity here, but you see that Bishop Guertin and Coach Brad Craig bringing in some of the better programs from around New England. This will be the third game, I believe, out of state that Coach Craig and his Cardinals have played thus far this year. Braintree, as you mentioned, 2 out of 3, the last 2 championships out of the last 3 years in Massachusetts. So a very formidable club, almost like looking in the mirror. Coach Craig refers to them as the gold standard of Massachusetts basketball. We are in for a Sunday treat here at the Dome.
It is, and like you said, they've played in 3 straight state finals. They've won 2 of them, including last year. Bishop Guertin going for a 4-peat this year, which will take everybody back to the days of, you know, John Fagula's Nashua teams in terms of dominance and everything else.
1987 national champion team, that mythical national championship team. They just recently rehung that banner up at Nashua South.
Right. So this is, I believe this is the JV team coming out here on the floor right now.
The Womps were winners in the earlier game here, beating Bishop Guertin's JV team.
Takes me back to my old days, Jason. I started my career in Braintree and Weymouth, Massachusetts.
They ran you out of town, did they, Tom?
They did, unfortunately. So did my diploma. With Northeastern, I was a co-op down there. But this is going to be a great game. And you said there's keys that Brad Creek pointed to for this game.
Yeah, he talked about the 3 A's. That is Aaliyah Foreman, Ava Owens, and Addie Smith. He needs those 3 young ladies to play very well in order for them to, he feels, win tonight's game. We always start with Erin Carney, Hannah Muchmore, Bree Wilcox, but he mentioned the 3 A's. So we'll see how those 3 girls play. These 2 teams, very much a run-and-gun philosophy. They get the ball and they go. Coach Craig also mentioning that, you know, it'll depend on how well the girls can play their half-court defense against this very athletic, experienced Womps team. And Tom, on that note, unfortunately, I just got an earlier memo here. Ariana Timberlake, averages about 20 points a game.
I see the crutches on the sideline.
And that's a terrible thing to see. This young lady out of Braintree averages about 20 points a game, just reached the 1,000-point threshold in last week's Wellesley game. She's an elite-level scorer and athlete, likely a D1 college player. Says she's going to do a post-grad year next year, somewhere before going to college, but she will not play here today, as unfortunately she rolled that ankle, twisted that ankle. We hope for a quick recovery from her, as they're recognizing some of the Cardinal
Well, they're
players
recognizing
here.
The seniors because, believe it or not, this is their last home game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
You
And
know?
there's only 1 senior listed on the varsity basketball roster here, so. And that would be Gabrielle Souza.
Right.
Taking a picture there with.
So
it's
a
Craig.
special day here at Bishop Guertin. Again, this is a makeup of a game that was supposed to be on Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
And Braintree was not able, because of the storm the day before and the extreme cold, not able to get their bus out of the lot and get back up here and get up here that day. So, but again, this is a big game. One of the things that I've noticed about this team, they've beaten the 2 out-of-state teams that they've played already. The team from New York, and they also beat Mercy from Connecticut.
Right, it was Mercy, Connecticut, and I think Jamesville DeWitt out of Syracuse, New York.
Right, and they lost to Mercy a year ago.
Right.
So this team is probably a little bit better maybe than last year's ball club, but we'll have to see how this all shakes out today, because once you get past today, now you start looking ahead to what happens in March, the end of February and early March. We'll see how that shakes out. I'm Tom King. That's Jason Roby. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson, is doing double duty today. He's on camera. So we'll be able to watch that tape and critique that
one. A man of many talents, wears a lot of hats, this Pete Johnson, as he gives us a wry smile from his spot high above the stands.
They've had their senior ceremonies. They've got a 3-minute warm-up, and then we will start basketball. Don't touch that remote. We'll be back with some great high school girls basketball right after this.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
We are ready for basketball here at the Caligadome. Bishop Guertin against Braintree in girls basketball. I'm Tom King. Jason Roby. Jason Roby will be doing your play-by-play this afternoon. And Jason, the one thing that I like about these games, it alters the standings a little bit.
They count.
But they count.
They count, right, no doubt. And this is one of the things that Coach Craig would point to a year ago as BG, I believe, was the 5 seed, Tom, going into the tournament.
Seed.
And they had to run through all the brass in order to get to where they wanted to go.
The team that hurt was Merrimack.
Right.
Merrimack finished with the 4th seed.
Right.
They had a better year than to have to play BG in a quarterfinal.
Right.
They, and that was tough. But you know what? That's what the rules are, and that's how it worked out.
Well, Tom, you see all the time on ESPN, they have the football games, the high school football games around the country. You have your Florida team against your Georgia team, and the same things can be said for basketball, boys basketball. And it's nice to see that here in New England, some of the top talent coming into the city of Nashua to take on this 3-time defending champ.
It's great. It'd be great maybe if some of the boys teams around here did the same thing.
Right.
But again, you got to have that level of play to be able to do it.
All right, the starting 5 given for both teams as we're ready for jump ball. The Womps will bring on Barbara Ronka, Shay Dixon, Ariana Fay, Emma Hume, and Janiyah Jones, while the Cardinals will counter with Hannah Muchmore, Ava Owens, Erin Carney, Aaliyah Foreman, and Addison Smith.
The one thing I would look at right now is Braintree's speed. It looks like they've got lots of it at the guard position.
Guertin wins the tip, and a quick layup right there. That was number 12, Erin Carney, and a great play as Guertin gets into their full court pressure. We'll see if Braintree can break it, taking their time, staying out of the middle of the floor. As the point guard, number 3, Shay Dixon.
The press, that's where Guertin makes its hay.
And there's its first turnover right there, Tom.
Yep.
Stolen by Gabrielle Sousa. She gets the ball up the floor. Now Muchmore. Muchmore kicks it back around. Ball on the floor as Foreman
gets a great play.
Gets it back.
Knocks it over, just tips it over to the corner.
Carney setting up the offense, top of the key now. Dribble drive, kicks it back out. 3-point attempt. Rattles in and out, no good for Muchmore. Offensive rebound for the Cardinals. Another miss from 3-point land. A great box out there. Erin Carney, no good from the corner again as Braintree starts up the floor. And almost a near steal there. And shooting there was number 33, Janiyah Jones. She can't make the play. Rebound goes to Bishop Guertin, a long board. Here comes Muchmore up the right side of the floor. Dishes over to Sousa. Back to Carney now, over to Carney now, left side. Dribble drive, dishes. Foreman with a dribble drive. She kicks it out, and we'll see if BG can make some of these threes. Gabrielle Sousa knocks one down.
That's the one thing that was their weakness last year. I think they've corrected that this year. They're better outside shooting
Yeah,
team.
the dribble drive is going to be something to watch, no doubt about it, for the Cardinals. As Braintree now.
Having a lot of trouble with their press.
Guertin extending their defense. No shot clock here in the state of New Hampshire, as going up for the shot was Janiyah Jones, and she gets fouled. So early on here, Tom, the pressure for Guertin getting to Braintree a little bit as they're starting to extend their offense maybe a little further out than they'd be used to doing. Janiyah Jones on a drive gets fouled. She'll get a pair.
Well, if you're looking at BG, what you want to do is you want to get, if you're Braintree and you want to drive the middle, you want to get Foreman out of the game. They've got one foul on her already. And Jason, you've been a high school coach. You look and you project when you have kids who you want to go on to college. Can they do it again? Yep.
Yep. Gabby Sousa from the corner.
And to me, and a timeout for Braintree, and that'll help me make my point. To me, if you look at this Guertin team, I don't see a lot of D1 players on this team. But I do see one who could project to high D2 or D1, and that would be Foreman.
Yep.
Long, athletic. Probably any college coach would take a look at her and see someone who they could project 2 years from now.
Yeah, long,
could
athletic,
be a stud.
knows the game of basketball. You mentioned 5'11", very good defender, Tom, and that is key. You've got to play defense if you want to make it into the next level. 8-1 here, 6:06 to play in the first quarter as Guertin looks to extend that lead, and they're extending their full court pressure. Taking the ball out of bounds is Ariana Faye. She'll look to hopefully break that press. The ball goes back to Faye. She comes up the middle, dishes it to Ronka. Ronka with a nice dish underneath, and that was number 33, Janiyah Jones, finishing.
That's how you beat a press.
Great press break. Much more comes the other way now. Dishes it out to Smith. Takes a three, no. Rebound there for the Womps as Ronka comes up the left side. Thinks better of it, kicks it back out. Shai Dixon throws it into the backcourt, and that's going to be stolen by Guertin. Picked up there by number 11, Ava Owens.
Owens is in for Foreman.
Carney kicks it back out now. Owens on the drive. She's going to get it going to the basket. Ava Owens, a nice drive to the hoop, gets fouled on the way up, Tom.
Get used to one thing. This is probably the first time you've seen them this year, right?
Correct, sir.
You're going to see players hit the floor a lot. Guertin kids hit the floor a lot because they're so energetic.
Well, there's your floor count. I count one.
Yep.
The first of two goes in for Ava Owens, number 11, one of the 3 A's that Brad Craig talked about. Is Gabby Sousa will check out.
He's taking a chance here, putting Foreman in. I would wait till the second quarter because she's already got 1 foul. She's got to be very careful.
10-3 now as Guertin will jump back into their full court pressure. Ball inbounded to Janiyah Jones. She'll come up the middle of the floor. Quick hands right there by number 11, Ava Owens. Braintree will keep possession.
Jones makes this train run, you can tell. Look at this trouble on the inbounds play.
I mean, they are extending the defense as far as they can. We had a whistle, they didn't hear it, and they're gonna call Ava Owens for the reach-in foul, a little ticky-tack foul there.
I don't know about that.
Key, and nobody heard it, Tom. They kept playing. The referee had to blow his whistle again. So denying the inbounds pass there is Foreman.
See, Foreman's very good at denying that pass. That's tough to pass around.
Dixon at the top of the key, kicks it back out to Adams. Adams kicks it around to Ronka. Three-pointer will not go. Long rebound comes to Smith. She dishes it out to Carney. Carney at the top of the key. Looking for a reach and foul there, nothing doing. Carney dribble drive, kicks it back out. Nice crossover dribble there, kick back out to Carney. She bangs a three. And that was Aaliyah Foreman drawing the double team, Tom. And as she did, that freed up that three-point shot, and a steal here by Muchmore. Muchmore, wow. Uncontested layup, 15-3 now. And another timeout, and I'm going to tell you something right now, Tom. You're talking about a team that has won 2 of the last 3 D1 state titles in Massachusetts. They returned 6 players from their team a year ago, 5 of them seniors.
But you know what? If you don't see the Guertin pressure, and you're seeing it for the first time, it can annihilate you. And look what it does now. They've got plenty of basketball talent, well coached, finding open people, very good at distributing the ball.
Right.
First half of the season, you could tell Brad and his coaching staff had them move offensively. Don't be stagnant, all right? But when you turn your defense into offense,
right,
the way that they are, no one can do that. And that was a staple of the John Fagula team.
Sure.
The press.
Yeah.
And if you don't see it that often, or don't see it and see it for the first time, coaches tell me, you can prepare, and you know as a football coach, when you practice and prepare for things, when it gets to a game, whole different deal.
Yeah.
Because you can prepare for it in your own
Practice speed
gym.
and game speed are two different animals,
things.
especially in a gym like this. The friendly confines of the Caliga Dome, home cooking for Bishop Guertin.
Two different things. They just you see it for the first time and you just get unraveled.
Coach Craig told me, Tom, 8 college coaches at this point yesterday were said to be here looking at some of these players from both teams. So
they've got to be. This is a good showcase.
A lot of talent here in this gymnasium. And right now, 15-3, Guertin enjoying the fruits of their unselfish play A lot of these baskets coming on plays that occurred 2 or 3 passes prior. Braintree will try and break this press. He's going to get trapped in the corner there. Dishes it into Jones. She drives and dishes. No good there for number 32, Rebecca Horger. Ball will stay Braintree's as Jones will take it out. Out of bounds play. Jones dishes it into Lily Adams. Adams trying to give it back to Jones. She is hounded there by the Guertin pressure. A 3-point shot there by Fay hits nothing. Offensive rebound back to Braintree. A dribble drive and a nice finish there by Barbara Ronka.
Yeah, good job by Braintree getting those loose balls that are in midair. Guertin's got to out-jump them.
3-pointer there by Foreman, no good. Braintree in the transition, nice dish. Can't finish there is Jones.
Go ahead. I mean, Braintree's getting, if I'm Brad Creek, the one thing I'm upset about is Braintree's getting plenty of layups.
Yeah, we're getting an
and
offensive
there's your
foul.
offensive foul. That's the second one on Foreman. They're going to have to take her out.
Yeah, Foreman, 2 quick ones here in the first quarter. Coach Craig doesn't like the call, offensive foul call. 3:43 to go here in the first quarter. Bishop Guertin 15-5 up on Braintree. As number 23 and number 5 check in for Guertin. That's Aria O'Connell and Brianna Wilcox. And they will again apply pressure in the vaunted Bishop Guertin full court press. Horger kicks the ball out. It is a long 2-point shot for Lily Adams, and she knocks it down as Braintree falls back into their half-court defense. Yeah.
She was uncovered. She said, I better take this shot now while I can.
Much more, launches one from 3.
Boy.
Unselfish play. Guertin reversing the ball from one side of the floor to the other. Much more knocks it down.
4 3-pointers for BG.
Another turnover, Tom.
Braintree obviously talked to some coaches who said, well, you know what? You might want to zone them. They're susceptible to the 3, and it's killing them right now.
Pick your poison. And
a turnover, another turnover for Braintree. That's their 5th.
Shy Dixon back in the game now. She will try to pressure the ball. Erin Carney to the right side, dishes it off.
Ooh,
ball fake there, almost a travel by O'Connell. And almost another turnover, and that looks like, double 3s. That's Janiyah Jones. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they cannot afford to lose Jones. She's
not at all.
Jack of all trades who does everything very well for this Braintree team. All right, Guertin now in their offensive set. Nice ball fake there. Kicked out to O'Connell. She misses a 3-pointer. And that ball goes off of it. Looked like Shy Dixon. So Guertin
Dixon
will keep
had
possession.
it, lost it. Yep, BG ball.
Much more to take the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. A nice bounce pass in there to Owens. Owens has the ball picked. And a good left hand finish there by Lily Adams.
Tasted her own medicine.
Don't look now, but
Steal
they have a
in the
nice
basket.
little run going here, Tom. Does Braintree High School. Behind the back dribble pass. An and one situation right there for Brianna Wilcox. As she goes in, she's fouled and one.
I'll tell you something. Whenever they get into a little trouble with teams having a run against them, Wilcox is always the one who snaps them out of it.
Yep.
And she's not fearless, goes right to the basket. That's the one thing I like about this Guertin team. They're very, very aggressive.
3-point play completed there by Wilcox. A great slasher score. Good basketball instincts. Guertin now trying to get a half-court trap going. Braintree kicks it back out now at the top of the keys. Dixon, she fires, no good there. Offensive rebound by Aislinn Crowley, and she gets the easy putback. Guertin not boxing anybody out on that possession, Tom.
No, but Crowley's going to win that match. She's the tallest player on the floor right now.
And now Braintree extending their defense, moving their feet as Guertin is in the offensive set, and quick hands there by Kate Sylvia. It looked like, nope, I scratched that. That was Lily Adams. She goes up, can't get it. Good positioning by Guertin, but Braintree comes away. Adams with the offensive rebound. That went to Crowley. Crowley now back to Horger. Horger. And they're going to call a travel. And excuse me, that looked to be Lily Adams on that pass, but Braintree going to get called for
I don't
travel.
know if they called the travel or if the BG bench called that travel. But it's obvious what Braintree was told in the timeout. Be aggressive defensively. And they have been that.
All right, 21-12, classic Rush album. For those of you flashback folks that are listening. Bishop Guertin on a dribble drive and forcing it there. Looked to be O'Connell.
Forced it, but she got the benefit of a tip. So it'll come in inbounds.
1:18 to play here. Jason Roby along with Tom King. Pete Johnson, executive producer and cameraman on the moving pictures today. Bishop Guertin now in their offensive set. Nice bounce pass goes in there to Wilcox. Wilcox.
Boy,
nice.
I'll tell you what a story she is off the bench, the way she's played in this game.
Yeah, she made a nice finish there at the hoop. Braintree now looking to answer. Dixon goes in with the right hand, can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by Smith, and Guertin off and running. Oh, dribble drive, a transfer, three-point play.
And a great move by Wilcox to get the shot off and draw
into
that
the defender,
foul.
yeah. Yep. That'll be Faye's first foul. Team's
Say that 10 times fast.
First foul, Faye.
Okay, so who's been sicker this week, you or me?
I'm just getting off of it, and you're just starting. Tom King,
I'm almost a week into it.
He's calling it the Fulton County flu,
Yeah,
coming back from that Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, remember that place?
I do.
Yep, the Fulton County flu, that's what I've got.
Fresh off of New England Patriots' 6th World Championship back here to call local high school games, and we have a good one here between Bishop Guertin and Braintree as Braintree tries to break the Guertin full court pressure.
And it's almost a tradition. Last year, the week after the Super Bowl, Guertin played a Sunday game against Memorial, and I was at that. And sick.
Something to be said for consistency.
Exactly. Oh, I don't change, Jason.
A creature of habit is Tom King. And Guertin with 28 seconds to play. No shot clock here in the state of New Hampshire.
And that's one thing that Braintree, you wonder about, all right? Because of the fast pace, they've got to get used to playing without one.
Right. Something tells me, though, neither of these teams would hold the ball for the duration of a shot clock regardless. No. And Guertin apparently holding for the last shot. Carney now at the top of the key. Dribble drive. Takes a running, and it gets the roll. 1-0. And that's time at the end of the first quarter.
Look at this score.
Wow. Bishop Guertin 27-12 over the defending Massachusetts state champion Braintree Womps. And a little bit of a look of shock on their face. And once again, as we talked about heading into the game, their best player, Ariana Timberlake, a senior guard who averages about 20 points a game, just reached the career 1,000-point threshold against Wellesley, an elite scorer and athlete. She's not playing today.
And that is got to be a factor in this game.
No doubt, no doubt. So, Bishop Guertin with a nice 15-point cushion. I have to believe Coach Craig and his staff, they will keep their foot on the gas pedal as we head in here to the second quarter. Because as Braintree has shown, they can score in bunches. And you certainly don't go 14-2 overall, secure your conference regular season title without being a good basketball team. 2 out of the last 3 championships in the state of Massachusetts belong to Braintree High School.
And you know what? There's one team out there that I think can maybe beat this team. And they'll see them, I believe, next Friday night. They go down to Attleboro, Mass to play Bishop Feehan.
Right.
Feehan took them to school last year on the road. I mean, down there. So that'll be a game that I'll be curious to know Brad's opinion of after this game.
Well, maybe he's calling this the payback tour, the 2019 payback tour. As Braintree,
they have a lot to pay back. I mean, they won their 3rd title last year.
Well, against the teams that did them in a year ago.
True.
Braintree settling in now. Dixon pulls up, no good there. Rebound and on the run is Wilcox.
How quick is Wilcox to get to that
And they get right
rebound?
to the corner, Tom. They get right into that baseline three-point area, and it seems like both sides
Carney's going to go drive.
She does and misses.
I think she
Braintree.
could have taken it in a couple of steps further for an easier layup. That paint was wide open.
Dixon now gets the ball picked out of her hands, and here she comes again. Goes in with the left and just misses the N1, does Wilcox.
Telling you, I'm checking my wallet before I leave this place because they go for anything. They are quick.
You know, when you're Braintree, you probably want to stay out of those corners because that's where the half-court trap comes into play,
right.
Tom. Wilcox hitting the first. Dixon will come out of the game here, and checking back in is Lily Adams for the Womps.
Got to put that on the board. It's 28-12, right?
Let's see if that comes into play. Yep, I think Coach Craig maybe just saw it. Yes, he did.
Yep.
Good call, Tom King. The eye in the sky doesn't lie as Wilcox misses the second, and here comes Jones.
Almost another steal.
Boy, they are quick. Lily Adams goes up, and as she does, she gets fouled. That foul on number 4, Gabrielle Souza. Jones looking to inbound the ball. And a nice bounce pass. She couldn't handle earlier there. Nice dish back in. Can't finish. And Jones just battling.
Can't allow those 3 chances.
Had a nice dish to Ariana Faye. Couldn't finish. Jones said, I'll do it myself. Guertin now setting up baseline. Looking to reverse the ball. And a dribble drive going up with the left hand is O'Connell, and she gets fouled.
Boy, I don't think I've seen a Guertin team go to the line as much as this team has in this game.
Coach Craig obviously feels like if you're going to extend your defense, we're going to take you off the dribble, make you defend us.
Yeah, usually in their games, they're fast. Their layups are all fast break. This is different.
And if you're Braintree, Tom, you have to go out and defend the three-point shot, which is going to open up the driving lanes. As Ava Owens will check back in, as does Hannah Muchmore. So Sousa and Brianna Wilcox getting a well-deserved rest here. As Coach Craig goes very deep into his bench. And that second shot, O'Connell gets the shooter's roll. And there's Jones again. That ball is going to go just over her head. So Guertin will get possession. Much more to inbound the ball. She does to Carney, who'll bring it up the middle of the floor. Braintree looks to match up. Carney reverses back to her left, hands it off to O'Connell. O'Connell going to get a reach-in foul. So some cheap fouls here, Tom, by Braintree.
So you've got to convert those, though. That's the thing. So now Braintree over the limit.
Here, yep. And not much rest for Shy Dixon as she checks back into the game.
Oh, Owens with a big rebound.
Great board by the 6-footer. Owens now.
She's going to take that shot.
Double team, good kick out. Another kick out.
Open corner.
And Guertin hit that shot early on, Tom. That basket has shrunk a bit.
Offense is stagnated a little bit.
Yeah.
But you can't keep that pace up.
No,
against a
definitely
team
not.
Like this.
And there's a steal right there.
And
left-hand layup.
And that's how they score.
You know, Carney just anticipated that pass, picked it off, went in with the left. Now you got a 3-on-1 here. Braintree trying to get it, and they cannot. Pass goes over the head of Aisling Crowley.
Can't get too fancy.
They had the press broken and an easy bucket and just got to him. Carney now slowing things down as Braintree will pick up half-court man-to-man defense. Dishes it out to Owens, who gives it back to O'Connell. Oh, a nice play there.
Ooh, and Owens is going to get called for the foul.
Smith dished it to O'Connell.
Incidental contact,
Right.
Owens stepped in and bang. So she's going to have to come out of the game, and Wilcox comes back in.
They have her for 2, Tom. I thought you said she had 3, no? I think they said she had 2 fouls, but I thought maybe it was 3. At any rate, Braintree now has an open look underneath the basket. You got to make those. You got to finish there. We're going to get a jump ball call. And I think some frustration on Aislinn Crowley as she had 2 easy looks and couldn't put it in the hole. You're not going to get many second chances against this Bishop Guertin team, so you got to make do when you get the opportunity. Much more now. Dribble drive, pull up, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Lily Adams. Adams up the right side, crossover, nice move there. And a great finish by Adams.
And great defense, he just dribbled in between 2 defenders.
Only a sophomore is Adams out of Braintree, so a nice play by the young lady. Guertin now into their half-court set. Braintree in some man
Much more
pressure.
looking to drive.
Gets some help, and there's the kick out that we talked about.
Wilcox almost traveled when she wanted to shoot and then changed her mind.
And that shot off the mark for Addison Smith.
If she had hit that from the outside, he would have said, okay. Wow.
No whistle there. But they're going to get an over-the-top call. And again, that's going to go against Aislinn Crowley. And some frustration, I think, setting in here, Tom, for Braintree. They are just not in position. As O'Connell checks out and Gabrielle Souza will check back in for the Cardinals. Crowley checks out, Ariana Fay back in for Braintree. Addison Smith from the line hits the front end, or hits, the front end. She'll get a second shot.
Right now, the press and the free throws are Guertin's main source of offense right now. They'd love to get back to that ability to hit from the outside.
Braintree in transition quickly gets into the offensive end. A nice pass there. Can't finish.
But she got around much more.
Yeah, Emma Hume had a nice, easy look. She could not finish.
Oh.
And a nice runner there, Tom,
runner
by Smith. Yeah, nice runner in the paint. Pulls up, no contact, and drops it in. Braintree having some success with the quick hands there of Brianna Wilcox.
17-point Cardinal lead, 3:46 to go, 33-16.
Doubled them up +1. Checking into the game now is Barbara Ronka. She'll come in for Lily Adams.
It was 27-12 after 1 quarter. 30-second timeout by the Womps.
So interesting here, Tom. You're Bishop Guertin. You're on your home court. You're up 17 points to the defending state champion. You're in your defensive huddle. What are you saying?
Keep the pressure on. It doesn't take much in basketball to change the momentum and change fortunes. Teams go on 12-0 runs, 10-0 runs all the time. Keep the defensive pressure on. It's where you win the basketball game.
And this is a proud Braintree program. You know they are just, they have the ability to go on a nice run here. They've missed a few easy buckets underneath.
They went on an 8-3 run earlier in the game. So you go, keep the pressure on. It's early. You've got, let's see, you've got almost 20 minutes of basketball left.
All right, Janiah Jones now will take the ball out.
And they'll give her the inbounds. They'll not cover the passer.
Fay now in the corner, dribble drive to the baseline, trap there, back to Jones, who's double teamed.
I like that trap.
She kicks it back out, a nice dribble drive, and that is all ball. They're going to call it on the arm.
Oh.
Nobody had a better view of it than we did.
No,
that was all ball.
Yep.
Emma Hume is going to go to the line, and that was just quick hands by Brianna Wilcox. And a nice block out of bounds there will get called for the foul. Hume to the line. The senior forward will shoot a couple. And she misses the first.
Down 17. You can't afford to miss a single free throw.
You got to make them when the clock's not running.
The key word is F-R-E-E.
gets the second of 2. Smith inbounds the ball to Carney. Carney up the right side. And again, right there on the baseline.
Smith just waiting for it.
Boy. And if they want to reverse it real quick, they have it here, Tom. Reverse it real quick. Oh, she was there in the corner. Not seeing her as
She's there now.
Wilcox is standing by herself.
Bang, there you go, Jason.
And then there's Sousa. So pick your poison, right side or left side. Sousa on the right, Wilcox on the left. Sousa the benefactor of a nice pass.
36-17, a 19-point lead.
Hume now, the dribble drive, goes up to the left side, uses the right hand, and a nice finish there.
That's the one thing I'd be a little annoyed about if I'm Brad Creek. They've been able to hit that a little bit. They've been able to get that penetration. They haven't always hit it, but they've gotten the chances.
Right, and you don't go 14-2 without having some good players of your own.
You got plenty of good players. This is, again, you get one day to prepare. You look on film. You don't see them again. It's tough.
Nice crossover dribble there by Muchmore. Dishes it
Wilcox
back out.
Is going to go. Bang.
Ooh.
Another player hits the floor, Brad. Jason. Oh,
my. Leather souffle.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened there, though. Barbara Ronka made the mistake of changing hands to get a better shot.
Right.
When she did that, that allowed the block.
Smith having trouble getting the ball in, finally finds Ronka. Ronka dribble drive into the middle of the key. Goes up between 4 Guertin defenders, can't get it. Rebound there by Fay, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession stays here with Braintree. 2:18 to play here in the first half. From Bishop Guertin's Caliga Dome. And this is Meg Duffy who will check in. She'll come in for Ariana Fay. Jones now will try to get the ball in. A nice bounce pass in between 3 defenders.
Too many people in that area. And Muchmore loses it as she dribbles into a crowded area. Boom. Can't help him, Jason.
No,
sorry.
Too high up. Emma Hume with a good hustle play, couldn't keep it in bounds.
Your job is to protect me if the ball's coming this way or any bodies. Forget the players. They're fine. You got to protect the old man here.
All right, here we go. 2:08 and counting. Aaron Carney dishes it over to Sousa. Sousa in the corner, traps, gets the ball to Smith.
Smart move,
kicks
get
it
it
back
outside.
out. Now Muchmore will shoot from 3.
Oh,
she'll miss.
look good
Back
from here.
iron. Smith with the rebound, but Braintree comes away with it.
Travel.
Ronka, they call her for 3 steps, look like too hard, but no soup for you.
Boy, Braintree cannot get anything going, can they? Even when they get a turnover, they give it right back.
Jones and Hume will check out now. Inside of 2 minutes here to play in the first half. Carney up the floor, dishes back to Muchmore. Back into the middle to Smith. Smith back to Carney. Into the corner, it's been open all day, Tom. Nice offensive rebound there. Goes back to the right hand, does Smith. Wow.
That's tough to stop, isn't it? Boy,
you can't stop that.
If they don't beat you off the dribble penetration, they'll beat you with the outside. They'll beat you with the offensive rebounds. They'll beat you in a lot of ways.
And one, and a great play there by Aislinn Crowley. And I'll tell you what set that up was Shy Dixon drove through the paint, drew the defense to her. She missed the layup, but that freed up Aislinn Crowley. And Crowley will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. Another sophomore here for Braintree.
Bigger against smaller, bigger always wins.
And she completes it. Wilcox checks back in. Nice round of applause for Carney as she gets a rest. And still a 17-point lead for the Cardinals. Muchmore now dribbles, kicks it back out. 3-point shot for Sousa, gets nothing.
Sousa took a little bit too quick. She tried to do it right off the pass.
Ronka on the box out of the missed shot. Braintree gets possession.
Look at Joe LaPlante running around in front of the bench. Come on, Joe. Get out of the way.
Dixon coming up the left side. Dishes it to Adams. Adams looking for something. Back to Dixon. It goes off her hands. Braintree had a nice little 1-2 game going there, a little give-and-go situation. As Janiah Jones will check back into the game. A lot of substituting here in the late going. Meg Duffy will take a seat.
Facing the crowd today, I see Curtis Harris behind the BG bench.
Very good.
Watching some high-quality basketball. Oh,
Curtis Harris, of course, plays on the North football team, and the assistant coach for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals is Kyle Taves, the defensive coordinator.
Was Kyle one of your assistants?
He was not, no. He came over from Alvern, I believe.
Okay.
And then went to Merrimack.
Brad grabbed him because he was a middle school coach, I believe.
Yep, right. Dixon now trying to penetrate. Gets shut off there by Muchmore. Loses her dribble. Crowley now dishes it back out to Adams. Adams for a three-pointer. Can't get the roll, and a great box out there by Smith.
That time they did, but they turned it over. Wilcox couldn't handle that pass.
Oh,
foul on
gonna call
Wilcox.
it on the floor on Wilcox, and a great dribble drive by Lily Adams.
But I thought that was a good call.
Yeah,
Wilcox
no
came
doubt.
in and made contact.
You could definitely see it on the block.
But you know what Brad's frustrated about? 6.5 seconds left.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tough to get a foul called when it's that late, and you have a foul on one of your players that's got to now take.
Well, when your kids play like their hair's on fire, which is what they're taught to do,
Right.
sometimes you lose track of the game, and those are teachable moments at high school sports, regardless of how good you are. Missing the front end there, rebound by Smith. She dishes it off, a nice kick into the corner. Back to Sousa. She shoots at the buzzer and knocks it down. She got it to O'Connell. O'Connell dished it back to Sousa, and at the buzzer, knocks down a three-pointer. And at the end of one half here at the Caliga Dome at Bishop Guertin, your score, the defending New Hampshire Division I state champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals 41, the defending Massachusetts state champion Braintree 22.
One word.
Wow.
W-O-W.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we're not saying workout world.
No.
We're saying BG world in terms of girls basketball. What a show.
Yeah, welcome to New Hampshire Braintree.
What a show they are putting on here today at the Caliga Dome. 41-22 at halftime. As Jason Roby told you, I'm Tom King. Pete Johnson on camera. We'll be right back with the start of what looks to be an interesting second half right after this.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
All right, we are back here at the Caliga Dome, 41-22 in favor of Bishop Guertin over Braintree. I'm Tom King along with Jason Roby. And Jason, boy, what a half for BG. It was probably, what else could you say? Offensively and even defensively with their pressure, they couldn't have played a better half.
Welcome to the Granite State, I think. BG came out on fire, and really, though, not doing anything they don't normally do. Full court pressure, running the fast break. Dribble drive, kick out to three-pointers, and it's pretty much been how they've done this the entire year. And so nothing different for Guertin, just a different opponent. I think if you're Braintree, you're taken back a little bit.
Right, exactly. Now, I don't know if it's so much welcome to the Granite State as it is welcome to BG because of the way they play. I've seen one other team this year that can almost match what BG does defensively, Hanover. I saw them the other night against Hollis Brookline in Division II.
Yep.
And boy, they are just as tenacious, and they're long, lean, and athletic. They've got more big players, and they also do the same thing BG does. They'll dribble penetrate, but they will also hit from the outside. I would love to see a game
those two teams play.
Between those two teams.
BG's closest game this year, a win over Pinkerton, I believe.
Yes, and I saw that game. It was a 13-point game. Wasn't as close as the final score indicated. But after the game, Red Creek was not a happy camper.
Not a happy
He
camper.
wasn't happy after they beat North by whatever, because North was still in the game in a 12-point game.
You have to find ways to
in the third
motivate.
quarter,
You
right.
have to find ways to motivate your team. We start here in the second half. Hannah Muchmore going to put the ball in play.
So if you're BG, you watch for foul trouble, I believe.
Yeah.
Owens and the two big girls. Owens has 2 or 3, and O'Connell also with 2.
Quick turnover here taken by Hume. She comes up the middle of the floor, goes to the right hand, kicks it out there to Jones. Jones with the left through the middle of the paint. She's going to get called for too many steps. So 2 quick turnovers, 1 for each team to start the second half here.
That's expected after you sit for a little while.
Yeah, no doubt. Game is played at a very high intensity for both teams. So Guertin will come into their offensive set, and another turnover. And Jones will go coast to coast now on the turnover. And they'll extend their full court
Braintree's
pressure.
going to try to give them a taste of their own medicine. They have nothing to lose. Press the heck out of them.
No, you got to come out here with a different mindset.
Right.
2 different games, 2 completely different games. And right there, Tom, Aaliyah Foreman's going to call for the offensive foul. So real quick now, Guertin with a couple of turnovers to start this second half.
That's Foreman's 3rd. We know that for certain.
Yeah, definitely the 3rd on Foreman, as it looks like Wilcox getting ready to check back in for Guertin. Ronka now loses her dribble at the top, dishes off to Faye. Faye stops her dribble, gets it back to Jones. Jones again will drive in through the paint, kick it back out to Ronka, shoots a 3, misses, and the rebound goes to Foreman. She kicks it out, and Guertin on a fast break. And finishing there is number 12, Erin Carney.
Can't miss those shots if you're Carney, and she usually doesn't.
Guertin, ball never hit the floor in that fast break opportunity. And Foreman there with a steal.
Loses it though.
Gives it back. And I tell you right there, the biggest issue right there for Faye was she took it to the floor. Should have went right up with it. That dribble gave Guertin time
what a
to
block
recover.
there by O'Connell. What a great block.
Mid-range jumper, good again. No one defending Carney.
You think you have an edge, and then all of a sudden.
Well, no one came out to defend her.
Right.
She's like, I'll take this all day long, and twice on Sunday. Here we go.
And
another
Sunday,
steal by
so she may
Guertin.
get another one.
Exactly my point. Tom King getting a great picture for the Telegraph, I think, on that dribble drive. No good. Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
Pretty good. I knew that was coming. Ava Owens will go to the line. We're going to get a quick timeout here. 45-24 in favor of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Jason Roby and Tom King here for ETV, along with Pete Johnson, the executive producer, also on the moving pictures today.
Very rarely do I see this year Brad Creek smile the way he just did in the 3rd quarter. This is going to be an interesting month.
Have to keep it fun, right, Tom? And I think that's what Brad does.
I think they do. I think they really keep it fun.
Yep.
I got to tell you a good story, though. All right? So I'm down in Centennial Olympic Park in Atlanta on Saturday, the day before the Super Bowl. And usually that's the day where I go out and look for locals, because they've finally arrived. They arrived the night before that day or whatever. And they're in the park. There's a big Patriot rally. So what you do is you start. You can't be shy. You got to walk up to people you don't,
Sure.
They got their Patriot gear on. Where you from?
Yeah.
So this one family, where are they from? Well, we're from Wisconsin. I said, oh, I'm only looking for people from New Hampshire. Oh, well, we're originally from Nashua.
Oh, no kidding,
The
huh?
couple met in '84 at Nashua High School.
No kidding.
Okay, 83, 84. I think the man graduated from 83, the woman graduated in 84, right? They met at Nashua High, okay? The man was a classmate of Brad Creek.
No kidding, huh?
And I said, oh, he's coaching girls basketball right now. He's had a great program at BG. And he goes, I thought he was a hockey guy. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great. You know?
Ava Owens hits the first.
Brad's made that transition. He really has.
And knocks down the second. 47-24, 6:03 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
I died when he said that. I said, I
That's
thought
great.
he played hockey. He wasn't basketball. I said, no.
Ball stolen there by Muchmore. She comes up the right side. Stop and go, dishes it to Carney. Carney kicks it out over to Owens. Dribble drive to Owens. She kicks it to Wilcox. Great ball movement by Guertin. Can't get the three-pointer to go. Offensive rebound. Bang! Ava Owens making them pay.
Wilcox won't be denied. If there's a loose ball, she's going to get it.
Great ball movement by the Cardinals, is setting up for a three-pointer of her own, and hitting is Ariana Faye. 49-27 here in the third quarter. Guertin quickly gets the ball up. Much more front iron. And here comes Dixon. Tries to bring it in through three. Guertin Cardinals. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Braintree will keep possession.
I know we've got 13 minutes left in the game, but you don't need quick shots like much more just took.
Right.
You got a 22-point lead.
And again, that comes down to the flow of the game.
Yeah, the clock is your friend. Don't get caught up in Braintree's fast-paced flow. You don't slow it down if you're Guertin. They're not they're a fast-paced team too, but don't take unnecessary one-and-dones.
Right. Brianna Wilcox with the quick steal there gets fouled, so Guertin will get possession just shy of half court. Checking back in is O'Connell. She'll come in for Carney. Smith inbounds the ball to Muchmore. She brings it top of the key, reverses to her left. Coach Craig calling out an offensive set. And Braintree just sitting in their zone, Tom. And
right.
I mean, you mentioned right there, back door, nobody home. Got to make the bunnies. But a great look there for Ava Owens. She couldn't finish it, but a nice dish by Addison Smith. Great patience by the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. It's going to result in a foul and the ball underneath the hoop. Got to make those bunnies.
You do.
Owens, top of the key now.
I'll tell you, I bet more layups are missed in high school basketball than outside shots during the course of a year.
Much more now, setting up the offense. Owens dribble drive, kicks it into the corner. Smith, a faraway three, no good. That hit the top of the backboard.
Braintree ball. 49-27, 4:26 to go in the third quarter. Sorry.
BG extending their full court pressure. As Dixon got it over, they reverse the floor. Nice dribble drive there, yeah. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, and she's going to get fouled as Aislinn Crowley.
It just looks like Braintree's almost intimidated on their before they even get the drive going.
So, we're going to call that foul on the floor. Aislinn Crowley got the offensive rebound.
Smith, and out she goes.
Jones to inbound the ball for Braintree. Dixon tried to get a pick, couldn't get it. Jones gets the ball back, drives into the right side of the key. Nice scoop shot for Janiyah Jones.
And it's a 20-point game.
Guertin working it around the perimeter, trying to show patience. Takes it in amongst the land of the Giants. That ball is going to go off of number 14, Aislinn Crowley. And 4 new players come in, 2 each for Guertin and Braintree. Carney and Foreman check back in for the Cardinals. O'Connell now, top of the key.
Guertin stagnating a little bit on offense right now.
Back iron there on the three-point attempt is no good. As Jones dribble drives, goes with the left and finishes.
She beat Wilcox, and Wilcox knew it. Now Brad senses a little shift in momentum. He's going to take time out.
Yeah, the lead's only 18 now. So
49-31, but the way they played on offense has led to that.
A little sluggish on the offensive end, Tom, a little stagnant. And, it seems like when Braintree kind of packed in that zone a little bit, Guertin got a little complacent.
Got a little complacent, right, exactly.
And a good
settled
move
for the outside shot where they really didn't have good open shots.
Yeah, good move by Coach Craig to call timeout and talk it over with his team. And it was a short timeout, really just a reminder probably from the coaching staff to Don't forget what we do every day in practice. Here's how we're going to attack. Here's how we're going to defeat what they're doing. 49-31 here in the third quarter from the Caliga Dome, the campus of Bishop Guertin High School. Your undefeated three-time defending Division I state champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals, who have their eyes set on a four-peat.
See, that's the thing, and I'm sure this is what Brad Creek will tell you. The design of these out-of-state games is to get better as a team.
Right.
He will tell you the teams that they've already played and are going to have to play in the tournament are also getting better, even though they're not playing these teams. They're getting better as a team too.
All right, Braintree extending their full court
yeah, look at this.
now.
Huh? This is interesting. They're going to make Foreman dribble it up.
And she does. Gets over the half-court line. Kicks it back out to Sousa.
And that's the first thing a college coach looked at.
Yep.
Is her dribbling, because she's going to be a guard whenever she plays.
Carney dribble drive with the left and finishes. What a nice move by Carney.
Two people when you need
Here
big
comes
hoops.
your half-court trap. They break it. Backdoor cut. Misses it.
Wilcox on the foul.
I'll tell you right there, too.
That may be 4 on her. I'm not sure.
Jones had a streaking Ariana Faye on the left block. Couldn't get it to her.
It's a third.
Third
Three on
foul,
Wilcox.
right, on Wilcox. As it
And
looks like much more
is going to come in.
Right. Jones misses the first. Wilcox will check out, as Tom just mentioned. Much more back in the game. Guertin goes very deep on their bench.
Awfully tough, though, to keep that pressure and that pace up for 4 quarters. Oh, gets the spin. 3-point play.
Lead is now 19 once again as Braintree extends the full
Yeah, but I like
pressure.
that pressure. Got nothing to lose. Might
Nope,
as well
absolutely
press.
right. Got to make a dent in this lead somehow. Looks like Kristen McDonald imploring her Braintree team to play aggressive. Guertin will set things up. Carney, top of the key, gets
She's looking to drive.
picked up from Foreman. And an offensive foul, and I'll tell you.
Ouch! That's, I don't know, where was it? The push
Carney
off.
gave a push off there. She drove to the right side.
She was not, she really wanted to drive. There was no doubt about it.
All right, Guertin extending their pressure. Looking for that half-court trap, and here it comes. And
it
there's the
leads to
result.
a turnover, yep.
And Coach McDonald explained to her where that pass should be. You get 10 seconds. You don't have to run into that trap. Guertin now trying to break the press. Get it into Foreman. She dribbles up the right side. Dishes it to the side. Three-point shot for Carney. She knocks it down.
All right,
Great dribble drive.
Biggest shot of the second half in my mind.
And another steal there and a save. And here comes Guertin on the run. They'll slow it down. They didn't have the numbers.
Smart move. Brad was right there telling them to slow it down. Now,
much more. Dribble drive. Kicks it back. Thought Carney might pull up. She doesn't. She dribbles around. Kicks it back out. Front iron there. Much more shot missed, but she'll battle for the rebound. Going to get called for a loose ball.
Probably on much more.
Yeah, definitely on much more.
But boy, what a big three-pointer that was.
No doubt. And Ronka and Ariana Faye will check back in for Braintree. Ava Owens checks back in for Sousa. It's a nice round of applause from the Guertin faithful. Adams inbounds the ball to Ronka. She'll dribble to her right. Kicks it out to Jones, guarded closely there by Owens. Gets it back to Faye. Faye gets to the top of the key and Dixon. Dixon getting bumped around. Three-point shot there and a miss. Offensive rebound. A great up fake. Pump fake. And one. Barbara Ronka. Great ball movement there, Tom, by the Womps. Chance for the three-point play here for Braintree. Barbara Ronka will go to the line. She drove baseline to the left, up faked, scooped it up and under. And she misses the three-point putback, but Braintree got the offensive rebound, and a steal is Braintree. They're on the move. They don't have the numbers. We'll see if they drive. They do.
Travel.
And Ronka's going to get called for travel there. These teams play so fast, my mouth couldn't keep up with my thoughts. Here comes Carney up the left side. And that's saying something, Tom, because I can talk a lot. Carney goes up, can't get it. Rebound there by Adams. She'll dribble into the middle of the floor. Guarded closely there, goes back to her left. Can't finish on the drive, much more rebound. Sends it deep, coast to coast, shot Carney. And except for the two dribbles Carney took before the layup, that ball never hit the floor.
And that's Carney's patent. I mean, she's always, I would love to know how many layups she's taken in her high school career at BG, because it is astronomical.
And the aforementioned Carney checks out as Gabrielle Souza checks back in. Going to the line, Shy Dixon. Dixon hits the first. 56-35, 1:09 to play here in the third quarter. Jason Roby, Tom King for Nashua ETV. Pete Johnson, the executive producer, also on the moving pictures.
Oh,
we're going to get a lane violation.
Yep, a little too.
So that'll take a point
early
off the board. Unfortunately for Braintree. McDuffie checks in for the Womps. Much more, no pressure now. They'll pick up at half court.
If you're BG, take your time. Chris, much more doesn't. She proves me wrong.
And much more had, and the thing I think Coach Craig's going to see there is there were 4 blue shirts surrounding much more.
Right.
And a great dribble drive there by Dixon. But that's a situation where much more could kick it out to one of 4 players. And they'll watch that back on film. That'll be the first thing I'm sure Coach Craig says.
Oh, yes.
We've gotten here from unselfish play. Let's continue to do that. Has much more now at the top of the key. Gets a pick set there by Smith. Kicks it back out to O'Connell. No good on the three-pointer. They're going to call it on the floor, Tom, and I'm not so sure she wasn't in the act of shooting there.
Wow.
Huh. Okay, well.
They're going to, you know what they're going to do, Jason? They're going to call contact after the shot. So in other words, she let the shot go.
Okay.
And then she got banged into.
Well,
that's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I'd have to see it
so
again.
So it's not the same play?
I would say there was probably a 3-second difference. And that was enough for the official to make that call.
Say that it wasn't right.
In other words, up, down, then hit.
Foul. O'Connell back up to much more. She dribbles to the right. Got to watch that push-off arm.
Double dribble.
Yep. Double dribble there by Sousa, but Muchmore's going to be careful with that push-off arm on the dribble drive. She was called for it once already.
19-point game, 56-37, 17.8 seconds left. 17.8 seconds left to play here, third quarter. Bang.
And just a quick turnover. You can't give them free possessions. Got to come away with points. Carney checks back in for Aria O'Connell. Much more. Get the play call from Coach Craig. She'll come to the left side and set up. Gets a moving pick from Smith.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not in the penalty, though, so
nope.
That's... And really, if you're Braintree, you don't mind being in the penalty later on because you want Guertin to stop the clock, go to the line.
Right.
Force him to win it at the line. 5.5 seconds to play.
And the sophomore Aislinn Krausley checks back in. Ball inbounded to
much
more.
There's a
and we got a block.
Foul. That may send her to the line. I'm not sure.
Tough call there for Barbara Ronka.
Nope.
She got there a step late.
Still got another foul to give.
And that pass got there a little late, and I think that's what allowed Ronka to make up the difference and get the body. They're going over the top.
Oh,
what a pass.
Makes it. Wow.
Ava Owens, great pass. Good if it goes. Back rim.
Back rim, and look how far it came back out.
Yeah. So at the end of 3 quarters here from Bishop Guertin's Caliga Dome, your score, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals 58, the visiting Braintree Womps 37. Jason Roby and Tom King for you, Nashua ETV. We are broadcasting, or rather recording this on a Sunday afternoon. And this will be played back on Nashua ETV or on YouTube.
So by the time people watch this, I'm not sick anymore.
You're feeling a little better? As long as you don't get me sick, Tom. I'm just getting over it.
You've already been sick.
Yeah.
You're not going to catch it again. We got quite a crowd next to us. I didn't notice this.
We do. Yeah, I think they're here for you. Are you signing after the game today, Tom?
I thought you were. You got the book. I
do.
don't.
Yeah. I don't know if they're here for my book or for, your celebrity from the Super Bowl.
Who knows?
Well, they can get both of us.
Tell you what, though.
We get paid extra for that?
Huh?
We get paid extra for that?
I think so.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell you what, though. I discovered a new dish down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
People are going to cringe, but I loved it.
Oh, boy.
Fried Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you, they are the bomb.
I've had fried cauliflower, but not Brussels
sprout.
Yeah?
They are the bomb.
I suppose if you fry anything, it tastes good, right?
I guess so. Fiber.
Yeah,
fiber.
There you go.
Feeling
good.
Fried Brussels
And that's what
sprouts.
you talk about when you're our age, I guess. All right,
Braintree.
Braintree.
I have to have fiber. Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders. All right, we start the 4th quarter here at the Caliga Dome.
You're still a pup, Roby.
Thank you, sir. I've been called worse. All right. The dribble drive there for Ronka, no good. Guertin comes away with the defensive rebound. They are on the run. Carney slows it down at the top of the key. Gets the pick up top from Smith. No penetration there. Good movement by the Cardinals. Goes baseline, turns back into the paint. Owens can't get it to go. Braintree comes away with it. Crowley now to the right, dishes back. Jones into the corner. Back to Ronka, back to Jones. Left hand, dribble drive. She's going to get called for the travel.
No room.
Just great footwork, great speed of the feet by the Cardinals.
I'm very impressed with Addison Smith's defense along the baseline. She really has done a good job. Jones coming out now. They'll probably rest her. They've got a. Don't forget, their tournaments start sooner than ours do. They start next week or the week after.
And they've already won their regular season
league, right? The Bay State League,
right? And they'll obviously hope for Ariana Timberlake to heal up quickly here as they get ready to make another run. As their best player sits out, and that ball, thought maybe it went off Owens, but they're going to let Guertin keep possession. Aaliyah Foreman now, check that. Addison Smith to inbound the ball. Nice bounce pass back to the aforementioned Foreman. And she can't get the left layup to go, but she gets fouled. She'll go to the line for a couple. 58-37, 6:55 to play here in the game. Bishop Guertin on top by 21.
But with the three-pointer and the press, anything can happen. So BG's got to keep the pressure on. You start getting comfortable when you get to the 5 or 4 minute mark, I think.
And you're right, Tom. Braintree is 7 3-pointers away from being within a point.
Or how many 2-pointers?
There you
9,
go. Oh, boy.
10?
Listen, math was not my specialty. And she hits the second, does Foreman. 6:54 to play. Guertin extending their full court pressure. Here comes that trap. 10 seconds to get the ball over. You got a backdoor cut, and she doesn't cut.
Doesn't cut. I know it. That tells you that they don't see this too often.
Boy,
Dan.
I'll tell you, Ronka, all she had to do was take 3 steps, and she had an easy layup. Braintree will keep possession, inbounded to Dixon. She'll dribble drive to the right. She'll pop up to long 2-pointer, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay Braintree ball. And it appears that nobody wants to take it out. Finally, here comes Rebecca Horger. Into Dixon, she'll dribble drive to her right, kick it back out. Good defense by the Cardinals. Nowhere to go. Dribble drive into the middle, kick out there. Long three-point attempt is good for Ariana Faye. She knocks it down. Good possession.
It's the one thing Braintree can do is shoot. They really can't hit from the outside.
Foreman now, scoop shot. No good, they'll call it on the floor.
Would that have counted?
Boy, I don't think so. But they are in the bonus, I believe.
Eighth team foul.
Jordan Gleason checks in now, coming in for Emma Hume. Hume, a senior forward for Braintree. This Braintree team deep in experience from a year ago, the defending state champions, as Aaliyah Foreman knocks down the first.
Same as Guertin. They only lost one senior last year. They'll only lose one this year.
Right.
The question is, what happens after that? That's the question.
And now that full court pressure. Still, okay, ball over the timeline now. Dixon dribble drive, goes in, can't get it, gets her own rebound, and she is fouled.
Yeah, Owens.
So Ava Owens will get called for the foul. Shy Dixon goes to the line for a pair. 62-40, 5:55 to play here as Brad Craik has a conversation with one of the officials. A little bit of close talking going on here. All right.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. So some substitutions here for Braintree as like Ronkan Horger will check out of the game. Shy Dixon to the line.
They're going to empty their bench pretty soon.
I got to believe it, as Dixon hits the first of two, if you're Braintree, you're thinking to yourself, look, we came here undermanned, right?
Yep.
We came here down our best player. And we'll look at this film and we'll break it down and we'll fix what we need to fix. And you know, Guertin's a good team.
And the reason you do that is because the coaches that they'll face in the tournament, that Braintree will face, will want to take a look at this film.
This is a blueprint that will. It's a
they'll
copycat.
take a look at it.
They'll copycat. And that's really good defense there by Jordan Gleason as she kept her arms straight up, kept her feet moving, went straight up on the layup attempt by Foreman. Guertin will keep possession. Inbounds pass, much more to Sousa. And Coach Craik calls timeout.
Everything stagnated because both teams with that pace could not keep it up. And you've just basically got to kind of, stroll into this finish a little bit. It's a tough pace to keep up for 4 quarters for two good teams. 62-41.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Tom. This Braintree team is very good. You don't go 14-2, win your league regular season, win 2 out of the last 3 state titles if you're not a good program.
Right.
And
I would have loved to have seen the difference.
What Ariana Timberlake would have done.
Yep.
You got 20 points a game out of the young lady.
And it's a 21-point game now.
Right. And Timberlake, a guard, would have fared well. This is her kind of game, because a run and gun kind of game.
What you need against Guertin, and a coach told me this, and for the life of me I can't remember who. You need someone who can dribble through the pressure.
Right.
And I wonder if Timberlake could have done that.
And then once you do it, find the wings or find people breaking to the basket.
Right.
That's how you beat a press, and that's how you make someone take the press off of you. As the ball gets stolen there by Jones, she goes from left to right, back to her left, loses her dribble top of the key.
Look at Wilcox, boy, I'll tell you.
Wilcox just...
Wide open 3. No.
Good positioning there on the defensive rebound was Smith.
Yeah.
Foreman now sets it up, top of the key. Guertin will get into their offensive set. Good dribble drive, kicked out there to Carney, and hers goes in and out. But great hustle on the, they're gonna give possession to Braintree, and that ball clearly went out on Braintree.
Braintree, yeah.
But, good hustle there on the offensive boards by Addison Smith. She just didn't get the benefit of the call.
Emphatic call, emphatic disagreement.
And Lily Adams now through the middle of the paint. Stopped in her tracks there, dishes off to Gleason. Gleason gets it over for a three-point attempt. That was Ariana Faye. She misses.
You're good. 4:33 to go. You kind of slow it up a little bit.
Yeah. Wilcox got that rebound, got it out to much more, and they'll just slow this down a little bit as Braintree's going to have to extend their defense, and they do. They got trying to get a trap going on here.
Yeah, they're trying to get a trap or a turnover or a foul is what they're trying to get.
And
Brad sees it, and he wants his team to be prepared for it, so they'll talk about it now.
Well, what this is going to open up,
left.
what this should open up if you're Bishop Guertin, are some backdoor cuts and some easy layups on the baseline. We'll see if they're able to make that happen. Because Braintree is going to be overly aggressive. They're going to go for the trap. They're going to go for the steal. And as a result, you can backdoor cut that and get some nice, easy layups on the baseline.
Right.
I'm sure that's what he's talking about here. Take care of the basketball. They're gonna play very aggressively here. Protect the basketball, get the foul.
But if you're at a point, you may say, don't bother with the backdoor layups. Just dribble it right back outside. Let the time
Potentially.
You know?
But what that will end up doing is forcing Braintree to maybe call off their dogs and say, you know what, we're going to stop the trap. We're just going to play regular defense, play this out.
Here's the one thing you don't want to have happen with 4:13 to go. Anybody get hurt on either team?
No doubt. Aaron Carney, top of the key. Braintree still extending the man-to-man defense now at top as Addison Smith kicks it out to Carney. Carney dribble. She gets double team, triple team. Somebody, there's your backdoor cut. Thank you very much, sir.
Wilcox was down here in front of us, John. Jason, we could have had a conversation with him.
Well, and I told you that they're gonna trap. Someone's gonna be open, and there it was as Wilcox dribbles out of the pressure. Again, 3 players guarding her. Someone wide open right now. You had a 3-on-1 situation, but wisely Foreman just slowed it down.
Brad telling his team spread.
Carney to Smith. Smith back to Foreman. Foreman back to much more, and they're just moving the ball around.
It's not exciting basketball, but that's what he wants his team to do, move. This will help them later on.
Yep. And there's your dribble drive baseline, kick out.
See, he yells the word. The one word I heard him say a lot in the first half of the season, move.
Yeah,
Carney's going to go to the hoop.
And they're right there, Tom, even though she missed that layup, great offensive board there by Foreman.
Right there.
But here's the thing. You see how Braintree over-aggressive to the ball. You can go right back door on them. You can take one step and be by them because they have to be aggressive. 66-41, 2:52 to play here from Bishop Guertin's Caliga Dome. Lead is ballooned to 25 now. Ooh, no call there in the middle of the paint as Dixon goes up and down.
Wide open.
Yeah, nice pull-up jumper there by Meg Duffy.
And if she back-ribbed it, she would have had enough time to take another one.
Yeah, nobody there. But again, now you can see. Yeah, Coach Craig will call another timeout. And it looked like right there, just like we had talked about, Braintree kind of pulling back a little bit. 22-point lead for the Cardinals with 2:24 to play. Get this one on film. Get back to home.
It's going to be a hot film. There will be people taking a look at this.
Get back to home base and see just what you need to see. Both teams will learn from this, no doubt. Guertin currently 16-0, including the 3 wins of the Commonwealth Classic tournament.
Yeah, and after this, they get Wyndham on the road Tuesday, Bishop Thean on the road Friday, one game that I
don't
and I'll tell you
overlook
what,
that Wyndham game.
Yeah, don't overlook Portsmouth either. They're having a good year. He's got a tough 4 games coming up. That is a tough stretch because Goffstown's got a player too. We saw in the Christmas tournament who can really do some things.
Well, you hope that that Bishop Feehan game, they're not looking past anybody to get to that game. Dixon now pulls it back out, or Wilcox rather, pulls it back out. Gets to Carney, dribble drive, left hand, and she is fouled.
Yeah, you like the aggressiveness if you're Brad Creek. Team still looking to go to the hole. (66-43), 2:10 to play, and now it's still a 66-43.
Carney's free throw goes around the rim and out.
There are 2 challenging road games in state to end: Portsmouth and Goffstown.
Yep. Goffstown have dropped, I think, their last 6 games, Tom. Started out gang, but they're all been close.
Yeah,
they've all been close.
They've got a great player.
They do. Steve Largy, the longtime Nashua coach, coaching over at Goffstown.
Came in and won the holiday tournament, right? Chick-fil-A.
Sousa gets the ball to Muchmore, who gets it over to Foreman. 1:48 to go here as Foreman dribbles to the left, goes up. Cannot get it to go. And a steal there as Sherrick loses the handle.
Yeah, you pull it out. You don't
Carney wisely pulls it out. Yep.
1:33 to go. Oh, Muchmore is not going to.
Yeah,
and that's what you don't want to see.
Don't like it. Don't like it. I'm not asking you to change your style of play, asking you to play smart,
And smart not in terms of the score, smart in terms of not getting hurt.
Right, correct. Understanding where you are in the phase of the game. As 3 Cardinals set the check in here for Guertin and 1 Braintree. Emma Hume, the senior forward for Braintree, is already checked out. Muchmore with her second attempt here. Knocks down the second. And she will check out of the game. Gets a nice round of applause. A little congratulatory shake from her coaches and her teammates. Haley Sherrick now into the corner, gets it over to Rust. Rust dishes it to Gleason. Gleason now. Dribble drive with the left, pulls up with the right, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound there for Duffy. She loses the handle.
Wow, look at this.
3 players on a scrum on the floor like it was the first minute of the game.
No kidding.
Well, there's a reason why.
Nobody's easing their way into this one, are they?
There's a reason why both these teams are champions, right? Both proud traditions, both good programs, and they only know one way to play, Tom.
Exactly right, Jason.
As the only senior, Gabrielle Sousa checks out for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a great game for her.
Yeah, no doubt. Aaliyah Foreman now gets over the half-court line. She's hounded there by Duffy. Looked like Madeline Bowen had the ball there in for the Cardinals, her first appearance in the game. And also Brenna Paquette. And Braintree will get the ball back. 50.8 seconds to play here. 67-43 Cardinals. And the running left hand misses everything. Foreman now. Oh, good crossover dribble there. Wisely kicks it back out.
One of the reasons she's on the court right now?
Ball handling. College coach. Yeah, want to see that. Right. O'Connell now trying to dribble it out. 21 seconds to go. Gets it back in the hands of Foreman. Foreman back over.
14 seconds left
to Bowen. O'Connell got it back to Foreman. Foreman was fouled. So she'll go to the line. Well, Tom, it's been a pleasure. Hope you're feeling better, sir.
Same to you, Jason Roby. Our thanks to our cameraman and executive producer, Pete Johnson.
Pulling double duty today as Aliyah Foreman hits the first of a 1-and-1 front end.
See, he gets to shoot it, and then he gets to watch it all over again.
And edit us.
Yeah, exactly. Edit our coughs.
Yeah. At the buzzer, no good.
68-43 is the final. Bishop Guertin over Braintree. For Jason Roby and Pete Johnson, I'm Tom King. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tournament time.